We're learning how to identify different cuts of beef with Kyle Flynn, who is the meat plant manager here at the Food and Ag Products Center. And Kyle, let's just kind of start off with the basics, the difference between a T-bone steak and a porterhouse.
Well, if you were to look at the Meat Buyer's Guide, which is something published for people like us in the industry, it states that the porterhouse will have a tenderloin, which is this muscle here, that measures at least 1.25 inches, and that would say it's a porterhouse, versus the T-bone, where here it's obviously smaller when you look at those two muscles. But another way that you can tell is when the gluteus medius muscle starts here, which can sometimes be referred to as the dorsal muscle. When this muscle appears on the longissimus dorsi muscle, or this side of the steak, then that becomes a porterhouse. So as you're cutting these steaks down the short loin, this muscle will start to appear, and then that becomes the porterhouse steak.
And this is the one you order when you're really, really hungry, right? Let's talk about the strip steaks and the difference between a KC strip and a New York strip. What's the difference?
There's really no difference in that steak, but in the book it would be called a beef loin, strip loin steak boneless, which would be a meat person's type idea of the cut. But as you look at restaurants, colloquialisms, different regions of the country, it could be called a New York strip or KC strip. It depends on the restaurant, depends on retail service, what they think is best for marketing, because it doesn't sound that great when you're going through the menu and it says strip loin steak boneless. But if you happen to be in New York City and it says New York strip, wow, that gives me some excitement. I want to eat that steak.
Okay. And then last but not least, let's talk about the names of the USDA cuts and why they're different than maybe what's used in restaurants.
It's really because the USDA cuts are kind of boring. I mean, New York strip, KC strip, and then if you even look at the name of the steak that we've invented here in the center, the Vegas strip steak, if you were to talk about the USDA cut, that would either be called a chuck steak or subscapularis muscle, as you're buying that in the box if you're ordering it in. But that end cut that we're going to sell in the restaurant downtown is going to say Vegas strip steak, because that embodes that thing in the customer that makes them want to order that steak.
A little more glamorous, a little more appealing.
Right.
Okay, Kyle, thanks for your time today. We'll see you later.